I'm here with Sam Hoyle from Harmony Accounting, and Sam is a member of our Success Program. I know you started your business fairly recently. Can you tell me a bit about your journey before you started the business and what it was that drove you to start up?
I've been working in accounts for 19 years now, and I've always worked in corporate roles. So I did a bit in audit and in accountancy practices, and then I went over and did management account side of things, and then I went back into accountancy practice. And then I had two little girls really close together, and working in the corporate just wasn't going to fit with my lifestyle. I wanted to be able to take them to school, drop them off, and then also when the school have little events and stuff on, I want to be able to go to them. I started my business in July last year, and I worked alongside that as a finance manager for another firm 4 days a week, and then built my business up and left my employed role in April this year.
Oh my gosh, wow. Oh my gosh, that's so recently.
Yeah.
How did you feel leaving employment? You obviously knew the business was viable at that point, but what was that leap like?
I gave a 3-month notice period because I really liked them and I felt really guilty about leaving. But I was so excited when I handed it in. I was like super excited. And then as it got closer and closer to the actual leave date, that sort of excitement turned into fear. I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to do this all on my own. But then after the first couple of weeks, I was like, no, this is the right decision. It was really good. It was just that initial leaving the comfort zone of being employed was quite scary, but my husband's been really supportive as well, so I've been quite lucky on that.
I know there are lots of people who are working while they're building their businesses up.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a financial target? What was the tipping point for you for deciding that it was the time to hand in your notice at work?
I've got enough clients through that we could still pay the bills and have a bit of money. It was going to be less than what I was earning, but I'd spoke to a lot of other business owners, and they all kept saying, once you leave, you will get so much more done, because at the moment you're trying to cram it into the small space of time that you have. Whereas when you leave, you're going to have all these days to focus on the business and to get more clients and things. And it really did. Like within a couple of months, I got so many more clients just because I was able to be present and do it so much more.
So those first weeks of you being self-employed, what did you do? In the days were you like, I've got so much client work to catch up on, did you just fill it with that, or did you walk around the house going, I don't know what to do with myself now?
I'll be really honest, I booked loads of appointments. I was like, oh, I'm going to get my hair done, I'm going to get my nails done. All the things that I would like really struggle to squeeze in when I was working, running the business, and obviously with the kids as well. So my husband kept joking. He was like, so you're just unemployed now? I was like, no. I am doing it. So I caught up on client work, and then I tried to do more social media things. Like I had a lot more time to work on my business. So I did more social media. I was in like another little membership for how to start up a business. So I spent like some time doing the trainings on that as well. It wasn't accountancy focused, it was just business focused. And then I just started researching lots of different networking things I could go to and chatting to people online, really, just trying to figure out what to do. I think because I had so much time, it was, what do I do with my time?
What self-employed people do with their days.
Yes.
It's interesting though, and that kind of freedom though is really helpful, like particularly when you're working around small children. Is that something that's important for you in terms of how the business grows now, or have you filled your days up so you're working full-time again?
I work 4 days a week, so I have 1 day a week where I have both the girls at home, because they're only 2 and 3, so they're not actually at school yet. So I work in school time. Sophia goes to preschool and Georgie, my youngest, goes to childminder. And so I do have 4 days a week, which I'm pretty much now filled with client work, but I'm now going to take on a couple of people to help me so I can subcontract work back out, because I want to focus on some sort of go down different route and offer some different services. But I felt like I was getting to the point where I don't have any of that like CEO time to work on the business. And I know that I need that. Made the decision that that's what I'm going to do now.
I love this. This is like massive growth in 6 months. It's really to be talking to you about bringing team members in is incredible. So you left your employment in April. You joined us in July. But you already had clients at that point. And what was it like? What wasn't working for you at that point where you thought, actually, the Success Program's what I need right now?
I think I was getting lots of clients. I wasn't sure if I was pricing things correctly. And I was also missing the community that you have when you're at work. So if you wanted to bounce an idea or a question off of somebody, I didn't really have that. And it was just, I think it was just, just the community was really what I wanted to do. Make sure that I'd set everything up correctly in terms of pricing. I didn't have any sort of like CRM system. I just had a spreadsheet with everything on, and I knew there was better processes and ways to do things. But when you Google it, there's just so much to look at that I wanted to be around people who could give me that actual personal views on what they use and what other people use. Yeah, and I did your niche training, your free niche training, and I was like, it was amazing just doing that freebie. So I was like, if that's the freebie, then this has got to be absolutely amazing.
Oh, good. That's really good to hear. That's great feedback. So have you now gone on and worked on your system, like CRM, for example? What are you doing?
So I've implemented Client Engager now. And I got all my clients uploaded into it, and I use it as my pricing module, and I used like Joe's pricing structure and put it all in. And some of my clients pre this, I was within a couple of pounds, so my guesses were quite accurate. And some of them I've gone on and I felt confident enough to reprice, and I've sent it back out, and everybody's received it pretty well actually. Because I remember clicking send on them emails. Oh my God, I'm like panicking. But no, it was all fine actually.
Is that something that you've worked with the group on in terms of like confidence with pricing and how you have those conversations?
Yeah, definitely. So what I did, I read other people's posts when they'd put it out, and then some people had put like examples in of how they'd sent it and what they'd said. And I went in the group and used the search function and looked at pricing and read so much stuff. And I was like, yeah, I just have to do it. I'm confident enough that like I have been underpricing, and if they're not happy with it, then they're not the right people to work with.
Yeah, I love that. I love the confidence of, I think, hearing from other people who are like, no, this sounds bad, but having those people to bounce things off is really helpful. So systems have changed for you, and what other results have you had since you've joined the program, if you don't mind sharing?
No, I think it's just knowing that you can charge what you're worth, rather than, I think I would always sort of worry about what somebody else could afford rather than what I should charge. And I think it's just knowing that, and knowing like how much that I realize and how much I do know from all the years of experience that I have. It just feels reassuring when you're in the group and other people are asking questions, and you're like, it's okay to ask questions. No, everybody doesn't know everything all of the time. So I think that definitely made me feel more confident that it isn't just me, that sometimes I just could do with a bit of reassurance on this one.
Mm-hmm. And how much has your business grown since July when you started working with us?
So in terms of my monthly income, I think it was about 3,300 reoccurring every month. I'm now at 5,200.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. And so and that's meant now that you're able to bring support into your business so you can get more time back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and it's meant that like I definitely think like investing in things, sometimes it's a bit scary when you think, oh, I'm committing to this cost, but you just get your money back tenfold, not just even in cash wise, but just in confidence and just the community. It's priceless, really.
What would you say from the success program has been the most important part for you for where your business has been?
I think definitely like the mindset stuff to start with and the goals, because I think what I was struggling with as well was I have all these ideas all of the time, but I don't actually like write them down and actually action them. Like I kind of like probably sit on a Friday night when I've had a glass of wine with my husband saying, I can do this and I can do that and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then I never actually sit and do it. Whereas I think because you have the workbook and you actually work through and write things down, it's really helped me to actually say, okay, I'm going to focus on this. And yeah, I want to niche down more. And this is what I'm going to do. And this is how I'm going to do it. Whereas I think because I have ideas, but I don't necessarily have the structure to actually carry them through, I feel like that's definitely, I like how it's laid out and you work through it and it builds it up as you go along.
So what's happening next for you?
So I've tailored my niche now. I've definitely found what my niche is, and I'm going to launch that onto social media. And I've come up with a few new sort of offers that might give me a bit more passive income as well, so that I do have a bit more time, and rather it's just all my time all the time. So I've come up with a couple of like mini course ideas, as well as a bigger course that I'm going to launch. It sounds quite scary saying it, but I am doing it.
Yes, you are now. You have to now. You just told the world.
Yeah. And then I've got some more services that I'm going to launch that more like a virtual FT style service than just the compliance side of work.
Amazing. I'm really excited for you. Thank you so much for sharing all of that.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you for starting Six Figure.
How can people connect with you, Sam? Where are you on social media most of the time?
I spend too much time on Instagram at Harmony Accounting.